Hello my peculiar and welcome back or welcome to my peculiar corner if you're new here. My name is Andy and here we are at yet another magical Friday encounter. Now this week I decided I'm gonna start a series that I wanted to start when the room was done, but I was like, you know what, I managed to get a good tripod that will help me film from above, so you know what, why not, let's just start the series right now. So the series I'm talking about, it's the Ology series. I want to do a flip through all of the books, all of the handbooks, absolutely everything in the Ology series, because for example, I know from my case I always wanted to see how the books look inside before I bought them, but there were not that many flip throughs these books. Like, I mean, you have Wizardology and Dragonology and so on, but books like maybe Egyptology as well, but like Oceanology, I was hardly able to find any flip through, or Illusionology or this kind of book. So anyway, now today's we are gonna start with obviously one of the first books, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this was the first book that came out in the Ology series, and they even had their 20th anniversary edition release last year or 2 years ago. I don't want to be wrong and mistaken, but yeah, it's like either last year or like 1 year ago, 2 years ago, they had the 20th anniversary edition, and I'm talking about Dragonology. Of course, I'm gonna start with this book because it's all about dragons. Sorry if you see it's a bit dusty because, you know, I have been working in the room, so I'm trying to keep them in boxes and everything, but books, they still keep on getting dusty. But anyway, without further ado, let's crack on with the show and see what this book has to bring us. Here I'm back and ready to show you what this book is about. Again, I'm really sorry if you see that the book is a bit dusty. You know, the conditions that we are living in, it is what it is. But anyway, before we are gonna start diving into the book, don't forget to subscribe to help me a bit more. Click on the notification bell so you can always stay up to date with my content. Like, comment, so you can create a bit of visibility, and just stick around if you really love my magical videos, which I really hope you do love them because I enjoy very much doing them for you. And to all of you that are still around and follow me and watch my videos every week, a very huge thank you. Now, let's see, this book, it's called Dragonology, the complete book of dragons. As you can see, there are some runes here, which is like the dragon's alphabet, which it's also explained in between the book and also in a writing kit, and there we also have the alphabet, but we are going to discuss about this. So I really hope you can see everything. Now this book, as every other book in the Ology series, it's full of pop-ups and this kind of little letters that you can always take out. Now let me try and take this out for you without actually damaging the book. And it says, "To whom it may concern." And here we have a letter from Dr. Ernest Drake. Dr. Ernest Drake, St. Leonard's Forest, Horsham, April 1904. To whom it may concern, dragonology is the proper study of the dragonologist or student of dragon lore. Since the occasion when Merlin found two mighty dragons fighting each other beneath the castle of King Vortigern, dragonology has been the study of magicians and students of the arcane sciences the world over. Knowledge of dragons has been passed down over the years, of their history, their different types, the true sightings of dragons, where they might be found, how they may be tamed or slain, and how and why the student may learn to use them and their various parts to his advantage. Also, perhaps the most important thing, why such knowledge should never be used against them, and above all, that dragons, like so much of the flora and fauna of this fleeting world of ours, are rare indeed, and it would be a shame to see them disappear forever. So, I have set this knowledge down, student dragonologist, not that you might seek out and destroy the few dragons that remain, but that you might learn about them, and indeed, help them to stay concealed. For the wise learn much, see much, know much, but disturb little. I have lived long among dragons, but my life is almost over, and my final accomplishment as a dragon master is to pass on this knowledge to someone worthy of its keeping. Ernest Drake. If you want to pause and see the letter, I'm not really sure if you will be able to read. I hope so. Now let's put the letter back. As you can see, the illustrations are very beautiful. The book was published by Templars Publishing in 2003. So yeah, I was correct. Last year it was the 20th anniversary release. And yeah, here again, The Secret and Ancient Society of Dragonologists. Here we have forward, an introduction to Dragonology, and you have different parts like dragons in legend. Then you have the contents here on the side. Here we have different types of dragons, you can see them. The 5 F's of Dragonology: fieldwork, foresight, forwardness, frankness, and fatalities. Now, this is one of the most amazing parts of the book. It's a map with the dragons of the world. Here you have some classification of dragons by habitat. So you have forest, mountain, prairie and steppe, Arctic regions, desert and savanna, jungle. And here you have dragons of the world's locations and directions. And if you obviously you can open this. I'm not sure if it's, probably my camera won't catch as much, but here on one side you have, I'm gonna try and do this for you. So you have Iceberg, Greenland, the Lost City of Serpents, Guatemala, Castle, Drakenlanger, German Alps, and I really hope you are able to see that. And then on the other side we have Dragon Mountain, Tibet, Hong Kong Wei Temple, China, and Katoomba, Australia. Okay, so yeah, this map is very beautiful. I would love to have it honestly separately so I can just, you know, frame it and put it on the wall. But yeah, it's even beautiful like this. Like probably sometimes I'm just gonna open the book and display it open with the map on. And then we have different species of dragon, Western dragons. And something I love about these books are the art, this like specimens. It's like an artifact. And here we have, specimen, wing membrane, frost dragon, juvenile, 24 years. And really, if you touch it, it really feels like it's a wing membrane of a dragon. Beautiful illustrations of a baby dragon hatching. Here we have another dragon. It's like the knacker, and then we have frost, and it says Draco Occidentalis Maritimus. And here we have a very beautiful illustration of the dragon, and then we also have European Draco Occidentalis Magnus. Then we have different species of dragon. Now we have Eastern dragons, and here we have specimen, shed skin from Asian lung, 250 years. It's very Chinese lung. Look how beautifully illustrated. The colors are stunning. I love this so much. We also have the lindworm, Draco serpentalis. We have the Tibetan dragon, which is Draco montana. Here we have differences between Eastern and Western dragons. Now we have other dragons. We have the wyvern, which is Draco africanus. Then we have the phoenix. And then what else we have? The amphitheater, marsupial dragons. And here we have a specimen, wing membrane, marsupial dragon, 45 years. It's amazing. Like if you touch it, it's like some kind of like a sandy parchment. Very beautiful. Now the next chapter is the natural history of dragons, dragon biology and physiology. Now here, as you can see, we have the figure 1, which is skin, figure 1, exterior features, and we have horns, fang feet, scales, clawed talons, arrowhead tail, thick spines, large bat-like wings. We have figure 2, and we have muscle structure, and then you have splenius capitis, latissimus dorsi, deltoid, pectoralis major, gluteus minimus. You really have them in Latin. It feels like a biology book, honestly. Then we have figure 3, the skeleton structure, and we have the femur, ulna radius, humerus, scapula, shoulder blade, skull, ribs, everything very well explained. And then we are arriving to figure 4, which is detail of the head. And here we have claws, scales, wings, the sight of the dragon, feeding and digestion, differences between the Eastern and Western again. The next chapter is the life cycle of dragons. We can see here the eggs, and then we can even open. So we have in 3 months, that's how the dragon looks like inside the egg. Then we have figure 2, 12 months. And the embryo looks like this. Then we have 24 months. And the dragon looks like this. And then 36 months, the dragon is hatching. And this is a male. And if I'm not mistaken, we have female when we flip it through. Now here we have lifespawns of dragons. Each dragon like Chinese, European, amphitheater, knacker, human. Human, he says 70 average. Knacker, we have 120. Amphitheater, we have 250 years. European dragon, 300 years. And Chinese is unknown, probably even more than 400 years. And here we also have different type of dragon eggs. The next one is dragon behavior. As I told you already, here we have the dragon script. So if you want to pause, and then we can also open this, and then here it's explained. We even have some old language exercises for you. So we have a riddle, some text that was carved in England on an old oak, a text found on an old stone tablet, and so on. Very beautifully done. So it's very interactive as well. We also have the hoarding behavior of a dragon, and here on the side you can see the precious stones that dragons love, because we know that dragons love precious stone. Of course, the language of the dragons, courting behavior, and here we have the European dragon illustrated. Then working with dragons, finding and tracking dragons. Here we have different footprints of the dragon, telltale signs of dragon activity, where to look for dragons, a dragonologist's personal record book, and here we have like a mini book, and I hope okay. And here it says using the record book, how to use it, how to create it. You have the dragon, then you have details, date, when you saw the dragon, the location, time, weather conditions, and observations. So you can also make your own dragonologist personal record book. The next part we have taming and flying dragons. This is one of my most favorite illustrations. In the Dragonology writing kit, we actually have a postcard with this illustration, and I also posted it. I took a picture of it and posted it on my Instagram. Go to Andy's Peculiar Corner on Instagram and you will be able to see the picture I'm talking about there. And many more magical pictures. Here we have some riddles and puzzles, befriending dragons, beginner's guide to dragons and riddles. So here you have some riddles, so very, very interactive, and I'm sure that, even as an adult, you will definitely love it. And if you have kids, if it happens that you have kids, then you are gonna definitely enjoy it even more with your kids and spending quality time off the screen. Now here we have a Dragonological laboratory, and here we have how it looks like. Now, obviously, as you can imagine, I would love to create something similar in my room. When my room is done, I'm gonna have a Dragonology corner, of course. Now here you have some advices to avoid picking up the wrong ingredient. Remember to label all your specimens very clearly. A good pestle and mortar will be found invaluable in the preparation of potions. And some of the items in the laboratory are microscope. Then we have dragon's blood, herbs, glass flask and stirrer. And then here we also have another specimen. We have dragon's dust collected in 1869. It's beautiful. And of course we have a lot of parts of dragons that you can study if you would work in a laboratory for dragonology, like for example dragon bones, dragon blood, amphitheater feathers, dragon scales, even dragon dung, dragon teeth. You can see the dragon dust sample even on this side. We have useful spells and charms. And then best method of applying the dragon's dust. Write the remarkable and swift efficacy of Hong Wei's long-lasting invisibility spell. And here we have how to make a spell to become invisible. And here we have something. We have like a mini letter. It's like in dragon script written. So if you want to pause and see it, and then maybe I will try to take it closer to the camera, maybe you'll be able to just pause and read, and then I will show you the alphabet at the end, and you can just go and try and find out what the message is about. And on the back we also have something else that if you watch this from a certain angle, you will be able, maybe the camera will show straight away. It's super stretched in real life, like it's very hard to read it, but I think on the camera it's actually okay. Then we have the Talisman of Master Merlin, and here you see the talisman. Then Dragonologists and Dragon Slayers of History, we have Merlin Ambrosius, and then we have George of Cappadocia, then we have Beowulf, then Fuxi, Marco Polo, Edward Topsell, and illustrations with, of course, here we have Merlin fighting two dragons. And the last is Afterword and the work of a dragonologist. Knowledge and ignorance, conservation, beware of others, and last. Here it says only a few become master dragonologists. Such are reflecting in the mystical dragon's eye. Their task is to conserve and protect those few dragons that remain, for who knows how many shall last another century, with the human population growing at such an exponential rate. And with them, how many more of Earth's creatures will become extinct until people start to say that they never existed at all, except in our imaginations, as Ernest Drake. And here we have a very beautiful dragon illustration with an eye, and it looks like a stone. It's the dragon's eye. And here, as you can see, it got a bit damaged, unfortunately, my book. But yeah, on the back it says, no doubt, but there is none other beastie comparable to the mighty dragon in awesome power and majesty, and few so worthy of diligent studies of wise men. Gildas Magnus Art Draconis, 1465. As you can see here, the price was £18, but I bought it much cheaper because I got it, I think this one I got like from World of Books, and I got it like secondhand, so I paid less on it. And now let me take you back to the alphabet. I want to show you the alphabet of the dragons, so you can pause the letter and try to find out what the letter that I just showed you was about. Let's find it. Here it is. Now I really hope you are able to see. You can pause and write your alphabet of the dragon script, and then just try and find out what the letter was about. Now, as I said, this is only like the first part of the Ology series. I really hope you enjoyed seeing this book as much as I did showing it to you. I love the series. This is gonna be a very long series. I will make a flip through each and every single book from the Ology series, because I love it and I really want you to discover all the beautiful books that are part of this collection. But until then, don't forget two very important things. Stay magical, stay peculiar, always. Bye for now.